Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Chris Chan, a Comprehensive History, part 50 fucking 3. Before we start the video, I do just want to go ahead and say this. You need to go see the Snyder Cut for Justice League. Holy fucking shit. I've seen it twice. I know I sat through that shit for 5 hours the first time because I had to keep taking breaks for like things going on, but then I watched it again before I went to bed. It was amazing. Anyways, so this is part 53 of Chris Chan, and as always, you should definitely leave a like if you enjoy my series on this, and subscribe or whatever the fuck. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. It's been like 3 weeks, Gino. Like the fuck, bro.
What made her this way?
Acid.
What is the attraction?
Not much to be attracted to.
What keeps us fascinated?
And breathing still.
This is the story of Chris Chan.
Ba, ba, da, 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 da.
On November 15th, 2016, Christine made a short update video letting her observers know that she had been banned from posting on the social media site Facebook for 1 week, possibly because of the many death threats she had written concerning President-elect Donald Trump.
Because of
Which is funny,
Facebook,
because like some dude made a tweet or a meme or whatever about like Biden with the death threat. His ass is already like arrested, like he got swatted.
me the
Hell Hitler, right?
post and blocked me from posting again. It's at this time lasting for less than a day or two has passed, so it's less than 1 week now. But anyway, in the meantime,
Which I'm
I will be
surprised.
posting onto my Twitter during the days if and when I am unable to post on my Facebook. So
And I've also already went back and remade like my 17th Twitter account, and I already regret it because my god, I love stupid people, but I've literally forgot how stupid everybody is on that fucking website.
please do pay attention to
I
those
dropped my
public
SpaghettiOs and tater
tweets.
tots. It must be white people's fault.
Thank you. Have a good day.
In the video's aftermath, she went to Twitter to link to her 2016 Christmas wish list of items that was originally posted on Facebook. Chris wrote that people wanting to buy any presents for her should not wait for Christmas to do so, and send them to her as soon as they could.
And then you
She
bitch say you don't
shared
get
a
nothing for
screenshot
Christmas.
of a custom character created in the game Skylanders, meant to represent herself, and then added the chance to 3D print her character for $50 as another item on her wish list. On November 16th, she tweeted a picture of her custom-created Skylanders character, 4chanonymous, which to her was the representation of the real internet troll and cyberbully mascot. On the 20th, Chris wrote a long thread of tweets addressing her feelings regarding President-elect Donald Trump. Hashtag Donald Trump. Hashtag not my president. I have given my issues and feelings of Trump some thought. They are justified between all of his and actions stated and acted during the 3 debates. I still feel strongly from those that he is never qualified to run this, our country. He is a hot-headed, impulsive, orange...
Which is fucking hilarious because a lot of people that say this shit don't seem to realize that you don't have to be a politician to run for president. You just have to be the age of 35 and be born in the country. That's literally it. He's not qualified. I'd rather have another motherfucker like this than any of these lying two-faced fucking politicians. Left wing or right wing. Like, I shit on the left wing a lot, but the right wing is just as fucking bad. Like, all they do is fucking promise you shit, steal from you, tax you out of your fucking ass, and fuck up the country more and more because they can't agree on anything because it's political assassination. Like, that's their entire thing. And it's like, he's bad, but he's also bad, but we're not as bad as they are, even though we really are, Politics.
Faced, money grubbing, double dealing, immigrant and race offensive, and most offensive to us in the LGBTQ communities.
It's offensive to me that you put a Q in there when it means the same thing as the G.
From before any of the debates. He offends me greatly. As much as I would like to choose to be rednecked and stubborn enough to plead complete ignorance and utter denial of him and Pence not only on the verge of taking office, there are still too many damn visuals about the bastards that plane further frustrate and upset me. I still sincerely want Trump and Pence to not take office and give the role of president with most civil grace to Hillary Clinton. And since that is most bloody unlikely of Trump ever, I'm still most pained to continue having to pray for Trump's and Pence's deaths to happen before January 2017
Still going strong,
by someone
baby.
else's hands or illness. Trump is the most offensive, most insufferable.
I'm paused again. I'm sorry about that. But I think it's funny when everyone was like freaking about the coronavirus. Like, I mean, there's still a bunch of idiots that are still freaking out about it or whatever, when, you know, it's really been proven not to be that bad. But you get all these ones that are like, Trump doesn't wear a mask, he's gonna get sick. Trump gets coronavirus. Oh, no, there's no way he has coronavirus. He's lived through it. Like, because the motherfucker kicked it in like 4 days or some shit. And Twitter lost their collective fucking mind because they're just like, it's impossible to live through this virus. And Trump's over here like, well, I did.
And is of so many typical offensive male stereotypes. He probably was born with 2 damned Y chromosomes, instead of the usual XY pair. And regardless of any redeeming media about him, counting the transgender restroom topic, versus everything else that piles against him, including every word and action of his from the debates, and especially counting his every verbal and physical abuse to women everywhere, Trump offends me greatest. A lot of people
And you
agree
wanted
with me
Hillary
on
in?
that. And there is nothing, nor any amount of time or whatever else, that would make it the cold day in the Earth's core to ever make me have even a remote inkling of a mystery wrapped in a riddle inside an enigma of any change of feeling or heart of mine about
I love
Trump
it when people try to make
ever.
themselves sound so
And
much
I know
smarter than
Pence
they
is
really
just
are.
as much anti-LGBTQ and everything else that Trump is. So my feelings are the same with that. Rat bastard as well, very much. Trump and Pence, either step down and let Hillary and Kane
That's
take
not
office
how that
as
works.
just and redeeming graces, or take 24/7 prayers of death from the lot of us until when you both do before next January by the hand of fate, God, someone else, science, illness, or whatever else. You both really piss us all off. On November 21st, the Chandlers paid $616.52 in property taxes for their home. Shortly after, Christine uploaded a short YouTube video asking for monetary donations.
Well, we're back to it.
Mortgage companies find their butts once again. Hopefully we'll be able to scrounge up enough.
It's like every time he begs for money and rubs his forehead, his hairline just gets pushed back.
More help. So, I mean, I am very thankful for all the kind donations that I have received from y'all within the past year and greater. More than a year. Long time. Well, a few years. But we really could use some more help now. So, just what you can, send it to me via PayPal. Please.
Please.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving.
In response, Kiwi Farms member Philosophy Phil sent her a donation of 1 penny, about which was complained in a tweet, asking for donations of $10 or more instead of a penny. On November 22nd, Christine gleefully announced that her week-long ban from Facebook had ended.
Oh, well, that's
on
it?
that same day, she
Hold
was
on.
telling
Motherfucker, he threatens violence and destruction on a fucking presidential candidate, and he got a week-long ban. And I got a 2-month ban for saying flat Earth was real as a joke. Like, what the fuck? You know, fuck Facebook, man. Bunch of faggots.
post declaring that skirts and dresses were a more comfortable attire than pants, and that they also served better to hide the pelvic and groin region. This would also serve to block perverts from gazing at the groin regions of women who wore pants, which she felt were too revealing and allowed perverts to imagine what women looked like underneath.
I'm gonna let you know
2
something.
days later, Chris shared
I know I keep pausing it, but there's a lot of shit to talk about when you watch Christian shit, you know what I mean? I always hated it when people are like, ooh, guys just want to look at girls up the skirt. You ever wore, like, gray sweatpants and just walk outside? As a man, go ahead and try it. Just wear these specifically gray sweatpants. Walk outside in front of some girls. Watch where their eyes go. Every time.
the food she was preparing for Thanksgiving, turkey ham, and advertised the cooking utensil she used, the spatula spreader made by Cutco, which was at the time over 10 years old, likely meaning that this was one of the unsold items received during his short stint as a salesman for the company in 2003. Also over Thanksgiving, Christine uploaded a gameplay video titled Quick vs. Coas, featuring Christine W. Chandler fighting against the villainous Super Chaos in the game Skylanders. Chris meant for the video to act as an advertisement for her custom-made character.
Why does this game
which
kind of
could
look
then be
cool?
produced as a collectible card, t-shirt, or a 3D printed figurine by the makers of Skylanders. She felt that this could be a way to produce Christian-related merchandise, using donations from fans to pay for the merchandise production, and then selling them to the fans for a profit, with an autograph costing an additional $20. Later again, she made a Facebook post addressing the trolls. Feeling off. Ugh. Once again, I'm feeling off. Feeling dizzy, mentally here and there. Feeling like I am jumping in 3 directions simultaneously. Taking a rest right now. I tell everyone online something, especially the internet trolls. If you haters had not reported my Sonic 2 comic books on Lulu last December, I seriously would be maintaining the creating groove I had before that major mishap. Since that happened, it has left a huge scar on me emotionally and
Okay, so what about whenever
Think
you were
about that
drawing
for a
pictures
while,
of Finger and
you
Megan
jerks.
Schroeder?
Ugh. I'm a erech. On November 26th, Christine notified her Facebook readers that her mother had slipped and fallen.
Life
but
alert.
her fall was broken by some household items and
'Cause
was
she's a-
ultimately not harmed.
Probably because
She
she's a
later
fucking
wrote a post
hoarder.
concerning an episode of the animated series Teen Titans Go, which reflected that a fan base can make someone feel better. Chris could not personally appreciate that sentiment, since she had been fooled and trolled so many times, to the point that she cannot accept compliments as genuine. She felt paranoid about people trying to trick her into doing things, reflecting on the interview sessions she had with YouTuber Bravery Jerk, who had promised her the use of a 3D printer, but failed to deliver, which caused her a lot of emotional pain.
Oh my fucking god.
On November 30th, she shared
You know, no wonder this motherfucker doesn't like Trump. I got emotional pain because somebody didn't give me a 3D printer. Like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking fat whiny bitch.
a YouTube animation from Doopy Do-Over, a voice actress and animator working for the collective of YouTube channels known as Planet Dolan, concerning the fan support platform Patreon.
I love Planet
Chris
Dolan.
stated that she was hesitant to start up a Patreon to receive extra funds from fans because she was unable to offer additional gifts and previews in return. Later that day, she updated her followers that her mother had to pawn off her 14-karat gold necklace in a pawn shop for $325, which she was hoping would help the family pay off their mortgage. In response, Christine decided that she would ultimately try to set up a Patreon account to hopefully buy back her mother's necklace or to pay the mortgage in full. She then made a formal announcement on her
How the
YouTube
fuck
channel.
can't you afford anything but you can afford hair dye?
Finances here at home.
And all that McDonald's shit on the side, which is like $8 an order.
There will be a link in the description below. And here's the
He drew the Patreon sign.
icon and now let the light shine through it. I can't help the reflective way it goes backwards. So hey,
You know, I kept saying I was gonna make me a Patreon, and I did. I just haven't plugged it. But give me your money so I can sit here and watch Chris all day.
Feel the whole financial weight lifted off my head, so that I can quick as I can recover from that strife, because that has been a major burden around here. My mother keeps bothering me about it. There's love, it's my fault, yada yada yada. Anyway, on Patreon, everybody who donates can request a video, and also will be allowed to add me onto their Skype. And the larger the donations, the quicker we can get to go, the faster I'll be able to feel creative again and actually be able to do better on gifts toward everybody, because I can't offer much for right now. I'm serious about that. And that's regardless of everything that is surrounding me in my background here. Okay? Okay.
Thanks for the free book, Chris. Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious. You left
Within
that
a
in.
few days, she had 5 patrons, contributing a total of $110 per month.
Bro.
However, her earnings quickly dropped down to $60 per month.
Hey, it's
Also,
still
in
better
the
than
final
nothing.
days of November, she updated her 2016 Christmas wish list to remove 2 Transformers figurines, which she received in the mail, leaving her phrasing vague so that it was unclear whether they were bought by a fan or by herself. She then showcased them in a YouTube video uploaded that same day.
But anyway, I'm doing this video because I've heard on the radio earlier about how successful the Ice Bucket Challenge was.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I hated that. It was so stupid.
Regardless of...
It was literally so stupid. It's like either donate money to a cause to help somebody, or just do a viral video where you throw fucking ice on you for internet clout. It's the stupidest fucking internet challenge ever. Everybody who did that fucking challenge is a piece of shit.
Getting a new challenge where they might still be dumping very cold water from buckets on their heads.
Yeah, it's a challenge, right? It's a shower. It's a fucking shower.
Backpacks thrown upon them by crowds or standing still to be mannequins. Oh, we're gonna do something different today. It's inspired and brought to you by MGO.
New challenge for people. It's called Get a Fucking Job Challenge. Let's go. Let's see who can do it.
1-6, I think. The link to his channel will be in the description below this video, as well as BigFatToyStore.com. I have just received this in the mail today from a very nice gift, and the theme that I liked since the Alpha Tryon video is the fun advice that MGO did the voice for Alpha Tryon. Here's one example that I remember fairly well because I liked that video from the Soundwave video. Hear me now and understand me tomorrow. When the gerbil retreats into its bug hole, the moon shall fall into a vat of tapioca.
Pretty sure that was pretty homophobic to say there, Chris.
Says,
Lemmy Winks is not happy.
You know what's weird? I understood that. That made sense to me. It would. What's that supposed to mean? Did someone leave the front door open again? Anyway, so yeah. So from there, the old theme of Young Warrior has been around since. So I'm issuing a new challenge. Because see how long everybody can go. Go on saying that. Just you can call it the Alpha Tryon Challenge, or it can be also known as the Young Warrior Challenge.
Why's it gotta be young? What am I doing with my life? This is a waste of a perfectly good Saturday.
Now I'm starting this challenge to help out with the Patreon, to help out with our financial homes here. Anyway, Young Warrior. I love that line. Hear me now and understand me tomorrow. That's definitely reflective true.
2 days later, Chris made another video attempting to explain how to accomplish her recently created challenge upon reading that some fans did not understand the reasoning behind the challenge.
Motherfucker, I didn't even understand.
The challenge is
to be autistic as fuck.
Starting off with, and you want to do this live from your own voice, live recording. You don't want to. Do not do a previous recording that just goes on and on and on and on and on, and no video edits. That's part of the challenge.
So every video I ever upload.
The joke was, as MGO put it, he said, "Yo."
Rest in peace, headphone users.
Warrior. So starting off, the first thing you do, you say Young Warrior, and you go long on the O, as long as you are able to in one breath. And after that, you speak to the camera some sound advice of which you might have thought of yourself or heard from your parents or your grandparents or
Warrior. Invest in the Bitcoin. The value of the dollar is going down. That's your advice.
or other relatives or friends, yada yada yada. And on the more serious note, Hillary Clinton.
Oh my fucking god. It's no secret that I absolutely hate the Clintons.
Wise. Trump and Pence. Da-da-da-da-da.
How the fuck is this motherfucker still allowed on Twitter?
Pence. Donald
If I make
Trump
fun
and
of some
Pence.
tranny that looks like
Advocate
Carl
the
from
office
Aqua Teen Hunger
and
Force and I got
Hillary
banned.
Clinton ticket. Or else a lot of Americans, including myself, are still gonna pray for your debts to happen before January. So y'all will so America and you will definitely be a lot better off
Ooh.
having Hillary for president.
3 months.
So advocate the office,
You know, with
Trump.
Biden. 2 months with Biden,
Advocate
alright.
the
It's been
position.
2 months.
And then maybe I'll take it down off of that noose.
Chris, I swear to God, I'm gonna come out there and beat your fucking ass at some point.
Trump, not my president.
And I can afford to get out of jail too, so.
Our president. Yay! Wonder Woman!
Wonder Woman. My god, you guys don't understand. Hillary Clinton is like
Thank you,
literally
and
one
have
of
a
the
good
worst
day.
fucking people to
Look
ever
forward to
exist.
another video of fun and hilarity in a few weeks or less.
With this autistic melted crayon looking haircut.
On December 8th, Christine posted a picture of herself looking tired on Facebook and commented on how tired she looked. On the 9th, she shared a Facebook video about missing one's mother during the Christmas season and wrote that she missed her father every day, thinking that he was enjoying his Christmas in
I
his
miss
new
you,
life.
Mom. I miss you, Dad.
On December 10th, a new episode of the animated series Sonic Boom, titled The Biggest Fan, featured a character called Mark the Taper, an obsessive fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. It officially is meant to lampoon the more obsessive traits of the Sonic fandom, but also many persons interested in Chris felt that he bore a striking resemblance to Chris Chan. Similarities included a hairstyle and glasses combination similar to Chris's previous appearance, a noted overweightness, a hinted unwillingness to accept Sonic's blue arms, and a possible fondness for orange soda. 2 days later, Christine watched the episode after
Bro, should I watch that? Should I react to that?
hearing rumors that Mark the Taper was meant to represent her. She noted that despite the arm color reference, the common fat, glasses, and hair, there was no resemblance
I'm not
between
mental
her
or
and
crazy
Mark,
at all.
highlighting that she was not mental or crazy like the character. Also on that day, Chris wrote that the family had briefly lost their newest cat, Sorbet. After searching the house, she found that Sorbet had gotten trapped in Chris's old room after her mother, Barbara, had come in there to check on the thermostat and closed the door, leaving Sorbet behind. On December 17th, Chris posted a paid birthday greeting
So wait,
on
did the
YouTube.
cat get out? Did it die?
Hey there, everybody. Christine Chandler coming live from home once again. And by pay request, here's a birthday dedication. Happy birthday, Ricky. You are turned 32 on the 20th. So good for you. And I turned, I don't know, 34 this year? Earlier. Anyway, so, I don't know. Here's a little song and that's happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
If you guys want a birthday request,
Happy birthday,
at me.
the selfie stick.
I'll make a video for you. I'll act as autistic as you need me to. I'll act just like Chris. I'll have like dinosaurs and hot pockets and Play-Doh.
Oops. Hey, cat. It's Sorbet.
Oh, so the cat fucking lived. Okay.
How you doing?
Okay, so, yes. Happy birthday, Ricky. Hope you have a safe and pleasant one. And please forgive the brightness all around.
The
There's a light
brightness.
there, the light's on up there. Well, you gotta be able to see me. Well, have a good day.
He has an iPhone, doesn't he? I was thinking, like,
2
why
days
is this
later,
camera quality so
Christine
shitty?
posted on Facebook that her mother intended
But
on
my
selling
camera never
the
looked
lawn
bad.
mowing tractor for $595 after being used only a few times. On
Yeah,
the
covered in
22nd,
dead
she
grass a
posted
few
that
times.
She felt a burning sensation in her sinus and commented that if one were to lead a too stressful life, they would leave themselves open to a viral infection. Not long after,
I will say that is true, because I used to run restaurants a couple years ago. I had a bunch of restaurants I had under my belt, and I got so stressed with it because all these fucking teenagers, these worthless ass fucking teenagers I had hired, were the most unreliable fucking group of people. Nobody would work with what I was asking them to do. I was told not to fire anybody during this time, which really annoyed the fuck out of me. So I never really got time off work. I had to work constantly, and I got to the point where I actually got the sickest I ever been in my entire life. I was so sick. I fell asleep at work. Like, I fell asleep making food. I fell asleep taking orders. I fell asleep doing paperwork out in the lobby. And I don't even remember how I got home. And I don't even remember if I even ate food for certain days, man.
She commented that she would likely only have sparse sleep spurts during that night.
Oh, Chris, your life is so hard.
On Christmas Eve, Christine reflected that she used to know where everything was located in her house, but since the fire and renovation, every item had been relocated, and now did not concretely know what she even still had at home.
I mean, if you cleaned up your
Furthermore,
house.
she felt that she had more freedom when her father was alive, and now in his absence, she had to take care of the deeds which used to be done by him.
Oh no,
Finally,
you have to do
she
work.
wrote that one could only escape into their mental depths and recluse for so long before they would eventually be pulled back into reality, where so many things are yet to be done. On Christmas Day,
no.
Chris posted a short clip of her cat, Sorbet, playing with a toy robot.
I love it when people can't afford animals, and then they have animals, and then, you know, they just get more animals.
On December 27th, Chris made a long post regarding her past experiences with internet trolls, and reflected whether she wanted the Quickie, the encyclopedic website detailing all of her actions, to be taken down. On one hand, she commented that the Quickie kept Christine and her Sonichu characters in the public spotlight, and encouraged conversation related to her worldwide. But on the other hand, they continued to deface her in a derogative, manner, discussing her past misevents, encouraged by haters from before 2011, when he was more naive. However,
I mean,
as
you
the
haven't
Quickie
really
forums
changed.
and later Kiwi forums came into fruition, trolls got an outlet to discuss her freely without consequence, and so thought that the Quickie had less of a reason to exist anymore. As a final addition, Christine wrote that with the closing down of the Quickie, she would finally reacquire the Sonichu.com domain, which would allow her to use it for her official Sonichu projects. 2 days later, in response to an article on Facebook regarding a possible anti-LGBTQ act to be signed by President-elect Donald Trump, Chris wrote a puzzler for his consideration. She wrote that if there was an alternate reality or dimension where every person on this planet was of the opposite gender, and that the B in LGBTQ instead represented heterosexuality, would Trump allow his female counterpart in that other universe to sign an anti-straight law? If he answered no, then Trump would have no reason to pass the anti-LGBTQ law in this dimension. However, if he said yes, then he would be branded a self-loathing person who would allow a law to be passed which discriminated against himself.
You know, I always loved it when people were just like so anti-straight. They're just like, oh my god, you're just a fucking cis white male. It's so fucking funny to me because it's like, yeah, we're the normal fucking group of people, you know? And if you don't want straight people to exist, if you want them to die, you're going to fucking die out too, you stupid motherfucker. Like, I always laughed at that.
Told him to advocate.
I bring that up because I just had it happen to me like earlier today on Twitter, where someone was saying that shit to me. They're like, straight people can burn in hell, and I'm like,
comment on the article in which she ordered Trump to advocate the office or die. On the 30th, Christine made a YouTube video advertising the Z-Ring, an accessory item made to function together with the game Pokemon Sun and Moon.
And over at Christmas,
whoa, really?
just get myself
Oh, the Z-Ring. Okay.
And of course, before the month came in,
Hey, Sun and Moon's best games.
Copies of Pokemon Sun and Moon. Of course, y'all know from everybody on the internet what this thing does with Pokemon Sun and Moon, which I'm going to demonstrate for you in a little bit. My favorite with my female Primarina Ariel.
Aw, he chose Poplio.
So, yeah, you know what it does.
Oh shit, I like that.
I love it because it's so musical.
Yeah, that's when Primavera or whatever does the Spirit Ball.
And then I knocked myself over.
So the bracelet does nothing but light up. That's pretty fucking cool.
Oh well. Anyway. Thank you and have a good day.
But does it work for Sword and Shield?
On January 2nd, 2017, Christine wished her Facebook followers a Happy New Year. 2 days later, She wrote that she had finished reading the anthology comic book, Love is Love, dedicated to the victims of the shooting that took place at Pulse, a gay nightclub in Orlando, Florida,
Oh my God.
in June 20.
Here's another one. I'm so sick of hearing about that too. Like, I know it sucks that people died, but it was not LGBT targeted. The guy shot up the place because he got rejected out of another nightclub he was going to originally shoot, and nobody talks about that. Nobody even apparently knows about that. It's because you just watch CNN or whatever, and you're just like, that's the facts. It's like we just had a shooting a couple days ago where everyone's focusing on the Asian Americans that were shot down discriminately. The guy just wanted to take out Asians, even though 2 other fucking people died too that we're not talking about. But it had to be like Asian women are like the main focus of it. You know, the other people who died, just like when Kobe Bryant died, like, oh no, Kobe Bryant and his daughter died, but like, what about everyone else in the helicopter? Like, why the fuck are they not important? But these Asian people died, and everyone's just up in arms about it, saying it's a hate crime. Well, the guy literally did it, as stated by the FBI, because he didn't want to deal with the temptation of like pleasuring himself because he was into Asian women. It had nothing to do with like him wanting to kill Asians. He hated Asians. Like, people
16.
are fucking dumb.
She shared some of her favorite pages from the comic and thought that it could serve as a teaching tool. On
Anything you
life,
ever hear on the
she
news,
expressed her
question
annoyance
it
upon
and
being
learn for
told
yourself.
That she could not donate blood because transgender people were not allowed to do so on the count of their varying balances of estrogen and testosterone in their blood. Chris complained
Misogyny.
that no one had 100% perfect blood, and that she would be sending a complaint to the Food and Drug Administration.
Oh no.
On
Well, I mean, if you're
January
gay,
12th,
you can't
Chris posted
donate
a
blood
video
either.
made in the style of YouTuber MGO316, reviewing her 3D printed figurine for the game Skylanders, made in her own likeness.
Wow. I never thought Christine could look more pretty.
I really wish Sonichu had like different colored eyes that weren't
Yes, I couldn't
exactly
like her very
Sonic's.
much. Yeah, I didn't think she could look much better. Except for... Is she wearing goggles? Oh, look at the picture. She's not wearing goggles. Those are her glasses. Look a bit thick. Oh, well, I can't do
I'm gonna laugh so hard if Rose Chew is really a man.
She then shows off extensive gameplay of her character in action.
This game does kind of look
Next
cool.
day,
I do
she
kind of like
posted a
that.
new paid YouTube video.
Okay, anyway, so to Fran, James wants you to know that he loves you very much and that James will get you to have dinner with him. He calls that a personal joke. I don't care. That's between you and him. Whatever. Anyway, congratulations very much on your anniversary. Keep it on going very well.
Banniversary. I like that.
Little bonus, actually. A kind of a new song, but based off of a regular song. But I think it very works. And inspired by Love is Love.
Oh my god.
Okay? What is love, 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 love is love, 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 and you have a lot of it, you're a cut above, above. What is love? Love is love. When you have a lot of it, that's a lot of love. And when you have it, you're a cut above. What is love, love, love?
I could have went to the
love is
beach
love,
today.
love, love. When you have a lot of it, you're a cut above, above. What is love? Love is love. Okie dokie. Happy anniversary, Fran and James.
Fran?
Take care and be safe.
Fucking name is Fran?
2 days later, Christine shared the lyrics of her song on Facebook, along with a photo of her My Little Pony figure of Vinyl Scratch, seemingly kissing the figurine customized to look like Chris herself. Also on that day, she claimed that she would not be watching the upcoming inauguration of President-elect Donald Trump. She added that she had recently watched the movie Suicide Squad, focusing on characters from the DC Comics universe, to which the superheroes Batman and Robin also belonged. She reflected that in the comic Love is Love, which she had recently read, Batman and Robin considered that the LGBTQ community were, like themselves, different from the rest of society.
God. This is why I have a problem with like
Therefore, she
LGBT
felt
shit.
that their city, Gotham, was pro-LGBTQ and would rather Bruce Wayne, or Batman, be the millionaire president rather than Trump, because he was more kind and understanding.
No,
to the
he's
community.
not. My fucking god, people don't seem to understand Batman is a fucked up fucking person. Oh my god. Controversial opinion. I still say Jared Leto's Joker was better than The guy who died 10 years ago. I don't even remember. Heath Ledger.
On the 19th, someone texted Chris asking if she would consider discussing her thoughts about the upcoming handheld game console, the Nintendo Switch, to which she replied that she had no thoughts because she was preoccupied.
I thought it was the
On
best. I
January
have one.
20th, the date of Donald Trump's inauguration, Christine made a video announcing that in her opinion, the US had no president or vice president.
People of YouTube.
I didn't get my way. Look, I've accepted that Biden's the president. Like, grow the fuck up. If he even really is, of course, because the motherfucker don't do anything.
Has been sworn in, along with his cohort, who is filling the vice presidential condition. And as far as I am concerned, I hereby state that as long as Pence and Trump are in the White House whatsoever on this note, I do not validate, I do not entertain, and I do not acknowledge either of them at all as president and vice president.
Unfortunately, that's not how that works.
We have lewd Decepticon perpetrators in the seats. And as I do not acknowledge either of them in the White House, I hereby decree this country has no president.
We're gonna listen to the guy who wants to make out with My Little Pony characters.
As long as Trump and Pence are in the office, this country does not have a president or vice president, period. And we will have to wait 4 years with a vacant seat in the presidential White House. This is indeed.
I mean, if
a
we
very
listen to
sad
Chris,
state
North
for
Korea,
this
Russia, and
country.
China would have already invaded.
And that is how I feel about it. And it will not be changed until Trump leaves the White House and takes Pence with him, or at this point, when they are both deceased. And then we could actually have Hillary Clinton in office, and this country would be a whole lot better.
No. Motherfucker,
She
it
also
would
made
not.
several tweets addressing the president and vice president directly, writing with the same sentiment as her video. Also on the 20th, editor for the right-wing news and commentary website Breitbart, Milo Yiannopoulos, delivered a speech at the University of Washington in an event titled
Daddy Milo.
"Cyberbullying Isn't Real." During the presentation, he briefly featured...
Look, if you guys ever seen Milo, he's fucking hilarious. I know he's like really out there and a lot of people don't like him for that. I just think he's fucking funny. Like, come on. I like controversial opinions. I like controversial humor. This guy literally is like the left wing's biggest enemy apart from like a free thinking black man. It's like a gay guy who doesn't follow our narrative and he's just like he must be a white supremacist even though he has black cock in his mouth.
a photo of Chris.
When George Bush Sr. ran for president, they called him a wimp. He was a fighter pilot and head of the CIA. What will happen when we have the first presidential campaign featuring genderqueer furries with videos of themselves crying on YouTube because someone insulted their My Little Pony drawings? We know, don't we, what the first social justice president will look like? Himself, the future commander-in-chief, will have a history of sexually abusing yourself to gay Harry Potter fanfiction.
On January 22nd, inspired by
No
an article posted on Elephant
fucking
Journal, Christine wrote a
way.
lengthy letter offering some advice and words of wisdom to President Trump's young son, Barron. To young Mr. Barron Trump, I, for one, feel for you as a victim of cyberbullying and internet trolling myself.
That you yourself have
I,
contributed
too,
to.
have been emotionally and mentally broken, beaten, and scarred, especially during the early years when I tried to self-manage my web presence with my own websites of my
Imagine
Sonichu
going
and
after
Roku
someone's
character.
kid.
Google me. I have been past disgraced and deceived by those bullies who pretend to be of good intentions. I have later better learned to ignore their hatred and not respond or address their individual cruel words. And I have the option in my phone, email, Facebook, etc. to program their contact info into a single trolling stupids contact list and block the lot of them. But, fortunately,
Let's
out of
see.
the number of people worldwide, the haters are but a small percentage, and of a large percentage are a vast community of
Oh,
people
no,
who are more
sweetheart, no,
open-hearted
baby
and
girl,
kind,
no.
as I can and do personally vouch for, as I have met these people face to face.
And they're all
and
trolls.
It may surprise you to know what community of people is this, who are able to keep open minds and open hearts for everyone, despite an encounter of the people who hate. These are the people of, and the supporters of, the lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender/transvestite.
Transvestite's not sexuality. Actually, transgender isn't either.
And I, myself, am a lesbian trans woman. No shame. And I wear the person that I am with pride and honor. There was a time before I realized mine being a female soul, trapped in a male-born body, when I was homophobic. But I became better aware of these kind and open-hearted people, and learned how understanding and compassionate they are. And with that, losing the homophobia, I felt more at peace with myself and those around me. I pray you have been finding at least an ounce of is the such same kindness from your father, as well as those closest to you. And I, personally, extend such kindness as I type this letter to you, Baron, by sharing some wisdom and experience to help you be able to better cope the hatred from others by countering them with open-hearted kindness and understanding.
Ironically, as you make a Lego Transformer video of killing his dad.
Miss Christine Weston Chandler, Ruckersville, Virginia, USA. On the 27th, Christine changed her Facebook profile photo to her past one with a filter of the French flag overlaid, made to commemorate the November 2015 terrorist attacks in France, because she could not accept Trump as the President of the United States. She wished that Hillary Clinton could become president so that the growing hatred caused by Trump could be undone, and that the living people from the United States and all over the world could come together.
That's what I laugh so hard. It's like everyone's like, oh, when Biden was going to become president, the whole country's going to come together, and I'm like, most of the country does not like Joe Biden. The only reason he won is because of, like, everything else that went on.
On February 2nd, Chris posted that if people use perfume,
there's more
cologne,
to it, but the
that
video's
meant that they were
long
used
enough.
to the scent of a skunk, since skunk essence was often used in fragrance products. 5 days later, she announced that Quickville, Virginia, was a sanctuary city that welcomed Muslims and immigrants with open arms. In response to the developing situation in the US at the time, the heroes of the town, Sonichu, Rosechu, and the other Sonichus, also helped to defend the city against SWAT teams and Secret Service agents by reading people's minds and stopping their actions when bad intentions or thoughts were spotted. On February 8th, Christine wrote that she was thankful for all the public schools
SWAT
she had
teams?
attended, and also for all the friends she made during that time, despite a handful of them later turning on her. In a reply to her post, Chris named 4 of her former friends, Joshua Martinez, Kelly Andes, Tiffany Gowan, and Sarah Bevel, in hashtag form, and announced that the only way she could forgive them for the recent deeds was if they took a few minutes out of their busy lives to apologize to her so they could be friends again. On February 10th, Christine took part in the yearly Love is Love campaign at the University of Virginia in support of the LGBTQ community. The event
I really wish they quit
consisted
saying
of
Q.
people wearing red t-shirts branded with Love is Love and singing the good old song, the anthem of the university.
Oh my
After
god.
the event,
I
she
didn't
went
even
to
see
the new
Chris.
Lego Batman movie with a friend. Also at around that time, Chris purchased the Lego Batman movie story pack set of levels for the Lego Dimensions game on PS4, costing between $35 and $50. On February 12th, Chris shared the cover photo used on her former friend Megan Schroeder's Facebook account. Chris's Trostman gal pal, Kim Wilson, commented that it was great that the two were friends again. Chris corrected her, saying that they were not Facebook friends and was merely looking through friend requests she had sent and felt that her cover photo was cute. She deleted the post the next day.
My god, you
Valentine's
fucking
Day, she shared
stalker.
a recipe for chocolate butterbeer after
Leave
having
Megan
made it
alone.
herself. The next day, she announced that she was feeling the symptoms of a possible cold virus, namely a scratchy throat and coughs with mild chest pain, in addition to a dizzy feeling and significant vertigo. On the 16th, Chris uploaded a video on YouTube in which she asks for monetary donations, and then features a weeks-old clip of her touring a playground from his childhood.
Got cold.
From his
It's in my
childhood.
throat twice. Anyway, our bank accounts here are really low, so we could really use some money. Please help us.
I'm gonna just make begging
Just
videos.
send kind donations, more than $10 a piece, via PayPal to my phone number.
Why even blocked it out? You know I could find out what it is.
Over PayPal. PayPal.
PayPal.
And now for something completely different I've done a few weeks ago. Here's a recording of me at one of my favorite past childhood parks. Hello everybody, this is Christine Chandler coming to you live from Harrisonburg, Virginia. And today we're doing something a bit different.
He looks like a child predator.
Nostalgic. My father took me here X number of times, over a whole lot of times, and this is my first time I've actually been here in so many years. So we're just gonna take a look around and take in the reminiscence. Whew. I don't know why it's just smelly around here. I guess people tend to walk their pets around here.
Don't you let your dogs shit on your floor?
Let's take a look around. I remember so many memories I used to have right here.
It's the most red flaggish thing ever is to see this guy walking up to a children's park. Hey kids, you want to see some Sonic 2 merch?
It looks like they might have changed it now. Mistaken, but yeah. Stood on this thing and it just swung around side by side. Here's a little pretend vehicle. Go right through that tunnel from one side to the other. This thing was quite a maze. And any child, about half my height of 5'11" or less, could definitely.
Oh, you're so short.
All the amazing things. Got so many ins and outs. Can climb everywhere. You get yourself lost in all these things. It was fun for me. Sorry about that, folks. I got interrupted with a phone call. Anyway, yeah, this was Purcell Park. I'm just gonna hang out here a little while longer before
I mean, not gonna lie, the park kind of looks nice. It's kind of a cool little playground.
Chandler, wishing y'all a very good day, and enjoy your childhood memories while you are young, and enjoy them when you reminisce when you're older.
Chris, you still do the same thing.
Also on that day, in a Facebook discussion which featured some of Christine's online friends talking about time zones and jokingly referencing the racist ways of many Americans, Chris commented that she wished to go back in time to September 5th, 2011, so that she could stop hospital staff from supposedly making a loud noise, which killed her father. She again restated that there was more freedom when Bob was alive.
Yeah, that's the only reason why you want
On
your dad
February
alive.
26th, Chris posted a photo of an orange peel and called it an orange ghost. On March 1st,
I'm glad that
Christine
made it
announced
into the
that she
comprehensive
intended
history,
to sell
Gino.
her father's stamp collection through eBay, claiming that the stamps had only increased in value over the years. She also made a YouTube video advertising the items.
From lots and lots of stamp covers to everything in organized chaos between 6 boxes.
6
Which
boxes.
from amongst the late Mr. Robert Franklin Chandler's Jr. stamp collection will you claim for yourself, if not the entire collection? I am Miss Christine Chandler, and I'm selling Mr. C's stamp collection to try to get more money around here to help pay the bills and everything.
Buy all the
Let's
Legos.
try to meet the goals, the high goals. So come on down to my stamp shop on eBay, or my regular shop, but I'm selling stamps. It's gonna be a while selling it all. So come on down, buy what you like out of the collection.
Her Facebook friend, William Elliott Waterman, criticized her for
What a
selling her
name.
father's possessions that he cared about, instead of selling off any of her own or her mother's things.
Yeah.
Chris continued to list more stamps on eBay, selling sets at around $2 to $5 each. Most were vintage items commemorating the United Nations. In the first couple of days, Chris made $68 in profits from selling her father's stamps. On March 2nd, she purchased some Transformers and Lego related merchandise, totaling $50 and 25 cents in shipping. On the 3rd, Chris listed her own stamp collection book for sale, which she received when he was 10 years old. It was signed on the title page by Christopher Weston Chandler and dated to 1992. It contained over 100 stamps and was posted up for sale on eBay for $1,000. At around this time, Christine became more active on the social media site Twitter, making numerous replies to tweets posted by notable voice actress Tara Strong, responding to her vows to stand up to bullying and her criticisms of President Trump. Chris also began replying to tweets from Doopy Do-Over from Planet Dolan. On March 7th, Doopy posted about her struggles with bipolar disorder. Chris replied that she did not have BPD, but could still empathize with her difficulty in understanding people, especially hurtful trolls. She further wrote that she tried to put the people that hurt her aside and tried to keep an open mind and heart to maintain a positive outlook. As Christine stated, she tried her best to forget about the actions of trolls and cyberbullies of the past and made efforts to form new bonds and possible friendships. However, she had trouble in understanding how she could be perceived by others and what were the appropriate actions one should make in starting new relationships, which only increased the chance of more misunderstandings and more heartbreaks.
I'm serious when I say this. I will end up on this fucking comprehensive history shit at some point, if not for the Megan Schroeder interview I did. It's gonna have to be at the point wherever I can beat his ass. Because it's gonna come. It irks the fuck out of me that you would sell your dad's fucking stamps, but not your own fucking shit, and then immediately go buy Transformer toys. Like, I know a lot of people say things like, I'm gonna beat your ass or whatever, or I would kick his ass. I will quite literally beat his fucking ass. I don't know when it's gonna be, but it's gonna happen. Because I already know how my life is when the way I think about doing things, they end up happening, they come true. Because I set my mind to it, I'm going to do it. I'm gonna knock his fucking teeth out at some point. But that's just me. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed this. And Christopher Chandler, I will see you soon. Goodbye.